Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Greeting to all my wonderful students and parents. India is a rich mine of culture that has evolved through thousands of years and is manifested in the form of arts, literature, traditions, linguistic expressions, artifacts, heritage sites and much more. Millions of people from all over the world participate in, enjoy and benefit from this cultural wealth by visiting India for tourism, purchasing Indian handicrafts, appreciating Indian classical literature, practicing yoga and meditation, being inspired by Indian philosophy and enjoying India's diverse music and art. It is this culture and natural wealth that truly make India incredible India. This is the India that the founder principal of Vidyaniketan Public School, Srimati Prema Rajagopal, always wanted the children to grow up in. With a certain belief, she conceptualized the initiative India Insight. Her thought into this project was straightforward. Her passion and enthusiasm were to instill the spirit of India in children by creating awareness of our beautiful country's history, tradition and ethos. The preservation and promotion of India's cultural wealth must be given high priority. Cultural awareness is one of the major components in the development of children because it is only through the development of strong sense and knowledge of their own cultural history, arts, languages and traditions that children can build a positive cultural identity, self-esteem and appreciate other cultures and identities. It is heartening to witness the number of initiatives by the Government of India like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years of progressive India and its glorious history, people, culture and achievements. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India to materialize the Prime Minister's vision of igniting India 2.0 fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is also encouraging to see initiatives like this being strongly promoted in the new education policy with a number of other programs to foster languages, art and culture in schools. Ek Bharat Shreshth Bharat being one of them. More than 100 destinations have been identified as a part of this project where educational institutions may send their students to study their social, political and cultural history and also their contributions to modern science. India Insight, an amazing rendezvous which started in 2004, is diversifying this year by providing various platforms for debating and painting. It goes without saying that these events will take you closer to the heart and soul of our country. The reason why children should participate in India Inside is loud and clear. But don't forget, what is equally important is how you contribute continually, consciously and work towards making a Shrestha Bharat a reality. So I hope all of you will participate in the events with enthusiasm and feel and understand the cultural heritage of our country. Thank you.
Before we progress any further, let us introduce you to your host, the young and charismatic Rashmi Furtado. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal, she went on to become the only professional woman quiz host across Asia that she presently is. The co-founder of teachertribe.world, she has many a feather in her large hat. From co-hosting Tata Crucible to being the first woman to host a quiz show in Kuwait, she's also hosted programs in Singapore and Dubai. Business World rated her as 40 under 40 for content creators. She was also conferred the iconic woman for creating a better world for all from the Women Economic Forum. Time for us to get started. Please welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you to India Inside Quiz, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. India Inside started as a quiz many years ago and has today grown into becoming a contest which includes quiz along with debate and a drawing contest. A wonderful year and an auspicious year for this growth to happen since it's 75 years of Indian independence and 35 years of Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. This year, of course, this event has gone global. We have had participants taking part in this event from across the borders. Many countries have taken part. You will see them playing this quiz in the upcoming semi-finals. But for now, let's get into the second semi-final of the junior category and quickly get to know our semi-finalists for the day and then move into the rules of the game. Our first semi-finalist for the day is Subhashri Pradhan from St. Joseph's Convent School, Sundargarh. Subhashri is joining us all the way from Odisha. Following Subhashri is Jeevika Giri from Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir, Bangalore. Up next is Yukta Singh from Center Point School, Nagpur. And completing our lineup here today is Sudarshana from Vidyapeetham in Salem. Sudarshana is joining us from Tamil Nadu here today. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have students taking part from the length and breadth of the country. You will see many students taking part from all over the country in the upcoming semi-finals as well. Let's now get into the rules of the game. Contestants, I have 16 questions for you. All the 16 questions are on the buzzers. Single attempt per question only. Multiple attempts are not allowed. Your scoring pattern is going to be plus 75 if you get it right, minus 75 if you get it wrong. 75 years of Indian independence, so the score is going to be 75. Once your name appears on the buzzer, I will call out your name and you have 5 seconds of time to unmute yourself and give me the answer. You're not allowed to press the buzzer and then take your own time to think about the answer, okay? That is not allowed because in doing so, you would be blocking the question for the rest of them. So you have to be very quick in giving me the answer. Good thumb rule to follow would be press the buzzer when you know the answer. I will wait for 5 seconds after I have asked the question. If none of you press the buzzer in those 5 seconds, then I will move on to the next question. Okay? Rest of the rules have been explained to you already. Remember, the first round will have 12 questions. All the 12 questions would be visuals, and I have corresponding questions to go along with the visuals. But if you press the buzzer while I am still reading the question, I will stop reading the question because you are letting me know that you already know the answer. Okay? So be careful on when you choose to press the buzzer. Alright? Good luck to all of you. Only the winner from this semi-final will make it through to that world final that is coming up in a few days. So winning in this semi-final is very important. Let's see what happens. Good luck to all of you. Enjoy yourselves. Don't get stressed out. I'm sure all of you will do well. Okay? Moving on to the first round of our quiz here today. India Inside Quiz, second semi-final, the junior category. Round 1, celebrating India. Here we go. Alright, like I said, visuals coming up. Question number 1, if all of you are ready, coming up on your screen, here we go. Identify and name the classical dance form which originated from Kerala. Jeevika is on the buzzer. Go ahead, Jeevika.
Kuchipudi.
Ooh, taking a negative on this is Jeevika. The answer I was looking for is Mohiniyattam. Mohiniyattam is this particular dance form that originated from Kerala. Moving on to question number 2, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the former president. Sudarshana, go ahead.
Charan Singh.
Oh, we're taking a negative on that is Sudarshana. I hope you had waited for me to complete the question. The question, ladies and gentlemen, identify and name the former president of India who had officially issued the proclamation of emergency by signing the papers for the same. If you look at the history of our country, there was almost 2 years of emergency that was put in place for various reasons. The name of this former president who officially he signed the papers for the same, his name, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed. That would have given you a plus 75, but unfortunately, Charan Singh gives you a minus 75. Moving on to question number 3, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name India's oldest high court. Subhashri, go ahead.
Calcutta High Court.
Plus 75 on that. Subhashri from Odisha getting Calcutta High Court absolutely right, and 75 points along with that. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the political leader. Sudarshana is on the buzzer. Go ahead. Repeat your answer.
Gopala Krishna Gokhale.
Gopal Krishna Gokhale giving Sudarshana plus 75. My full question would have been, name and identify this political leader during the independence movement who had founded the Servants of India Society in 1905. She did not need the question, but she got her 75 points. Moving on to question number 5, coming up on your screen. Here we go. If you are at the South India's highest peak, which is Mount Annamudi, then where are you or which state are you in? Sudarshana, go ahead.
Kerala.
Plus 75 to you. Absolutely right. Sudarshana from Salem carrying 75 points there on Kerala. Alright, moving on to question number 6. Here we go. Identify and name the founder of Dogra dynasty and the first Maharaja of the erstwhile princely state Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir was, oh, Subhashri, go ahead, she's on the buzzer.
Is it Gulab Singh?
Plus 75 to you, absolutely right, she gets 75 points on that. Jammu and Kashmir was one of the largest princely states, back in the days, and Subhashri getting 75 points on that. Scores, ladies and gentlemen, after we have completed 6 questions of this quiz. Coming up, Subhashri with 150 points is leading this semi-final as of now, and Sudarshana is trying to chase her with 75 points. Jivika took a negative early on, but many more questions remaining. It's possible for her to negate that minus 75 and move into the positives. Let's see what happens. Yukta is yet to score, but like I said, many more questions remaining. Too soon to comment. Only one winner makes it through. Remember that. Moving on to question 7 of this round, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the British statesman and Governor General of India during the Indian Rebellion of 1857. We learn a lot about this in our school. Alright, 5 seconds of time is up. No one going on that one. I think minus 75 is bogging them down. The answer I was looking for is Charles Canning. Charles Canning, not an unknown name, something you have definitely learned in your school, in the history books especially, would have given you a plus 75. Moving on to question number 8, coming up on your screen, here we go. Which classical dance form lays emphasis on the movement of the Tribhangi, that is, the movement of the head, chest and pelvis? The dance form is on your screen there. Subhashri, go ahead.
Is it Odissi?
Odissi is absolutely right. Plus 75 to you. I expected you to press the buzzer and I was wondering what was taking you so long to press the buzzer, but you get a 75 points on that one. Let's move on to question number 9, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the first female judge of Supreme Court of India. Yukta, go ahead.
Fatima Bibi.
Plus 75 to you. Beautiful answer by Yukta there. She took some time to score, but she scored on a very good question. Getting 75 points is Yukta on that one. Let's move on to question number 10. Here we go. Who is the sports champion of our country? Sudarshana, go ahead.
Deepika Kumari.
Deepika Kumari, who's currently rated as world number 1, if I'm not wrong, in archery, giving Sudarshana her plus 75. Moving on to question number 11. Here we go. Identify the External Affairs Minister of India. Sudarshana, quick on the buzzer. Go ahead.
Jai Shankar.
Absolutely right. Subramaniam Jaishankar giving Sudarshana plus 75. The last question of this round coming up. Here we go. Identify this person from whom. Sudarshana again, go ahead.
Lalit Modi.
Lalit Modi, and how do we know him?
I have seen in some news.
Alright, I'll give it to you. Lalit Modi is all I was looking for. Plus 75 on that one. We know Lalit Modi because of IPL. He was the one who first started IPL. There are a lot of other wrong reasons that he is known for, which we will not get into as of now. But now it's time for us to take a look at the scores before we move into the next round. Scores, ladies and gentlemen, Subhashri is doing very well on the buzzers, but Sudarshana is currently on 300 points, leading this semi-final. Close behind her is Subhashri with 225 points, Yukta on 75 points and Jivika on minus 75. 4 more questions remaining. I don't know what's going to happen. I may get into a tiebreaker situation because Subhashri and Sudarshana are neck and neck with each other. So I cannot tell you, or I would not place my bets on anyone as of now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the India Inside Quiz Junior Category Semi-Final 2, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. Round 2 coming up on your screen, India on your fingertips. Here we go. Contestants, nothing will appear on your screen. You have to listen to what I have to say. So be very careful on when you choose to press your buzzer, because the moment you press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question, okay? And because there's nothing on your screen, you would have no more clues to the question. Remember that. And only winner makes it through last 4 questions of this semi-final. Good luck to all of you. Question number 1, here we go. The rupee 20 denomination banknote features which caves from India? Caves is what I said. Yukta, go ahead.
Ellora Caves.
Plus 75 to you. Absolutely right. Ellora Caves, giving Yukta her plus 75. Moving on, question number 2 of this round. Here we go. On 26th November, what day is celebrated in India? Sudarshana, go ahead.
Milk Day.
Plus 75 to you. She's absolutely right. I think she's trying to build a lead which would be difficult for Subhashri to overtake. Last 2 questions of this quiz. Here we go. Antrix Corporation, which is Antrix. Sudarshana, go ahead.
ISRO.
I only said Antrix Corporation and she says ISRO plus 75. She's absolutely right. The question, ladies and gentlemen, was Antrix Corporation is the marketing arm of which entity in India? ISRO is the answer I was looking for. Sudarshana was absolutely right. She gets up 75 points on that one. The last question of this quiz. The Sindh river is a tributary of which river? Sindh. Subhashri, go ahead.
Yamuna.
Plus 75 to you. Absolutely right. Sindh is the tributary of the Yamuna river. Well, Subhashri played very well today, but Sudarshana had put up a great lead, and because of that, with a whopping 450 points, Sudarshana has won this semi-final. Subhashri, 300 points is a very, very good score. But unfortunately, you are in a group where there's high competition, and that is why a 450 points is what won and ensured that Sudarshana made her place in the world finale that's coming up. Let me tell you where all of them stand. I've already mentioned Sudarshana on 450, Subhashri on 300, Yukta on 150 points. Maybe a couple more answers would have helped her. Jeevika did not recover from her negative. I expected her to recover from the body language, but somehow she could not make it through. I think Sudarshana and Subhashri were a little too fast for her on the buzzers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Sudarshana has made it through to the world finale. The rest of them, I have enjoyed quizzing with all of you. I really hope to see all of you again, probably in the next year's quiz or some other quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't go anywhere. There are many more semi-finals from the India Inside quiz that is coming up. You are going to enjoy all of them. Like you saw how this quiz went, rest of them are also going to be extremely interesting and exciting. I will see you at the rest of the quizzes. You take care.